Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with a blog to watch. Today I'm going to review the new Lobner Steelracer. Lobner is an old name in precision German timekeeping, which is now back as a wristwatch brand, and their first ever watch is called the Steelracer. It has to be in steel because of the name, so we know that it's steel. It comes in a few versions. This is the Ice with this lovely blue dial with the gold hour and minute hands. I'm going to talk a little bit about the design, but there are a few cosmetic versions available, so different dials and things like that. Some slightly different bezels. They've had a lot of fun with the Steelracer. So we know that it's a historic German brand. The brand was today redesigned, and these models were created by Emanuel Dietrich, who is a very good designer, and he has his own brand Dietrich, and he did a really good job with these. So the first thing that this watch does, which is important, is play with asymmetry. So it has a base Swiss-made Le Jeu Perret automatic chronograph movement. It's column wheel controlled. You can see it through the back there. And they made a modification where the dial to tell the time is off-centered here. And it looks actually quite interesting and complicated overall, but just because they moved over the time. The chronograph layout is actually in the same spot. And then the other side, there's these integrated pushers that are kind of discrete, as well as this sliding, what they call the sledge system, and that slides up to reveal the crown. It's sort of a gimmick. It's sort of meant to look cool. It is patented though, because it does technically protect the crown. And even on their other model, which is just called the Sledge, that's there. So it's sort of particularly interesting with the chronograph, but it's sort of an interesting system, how that works, how it slides up and down. It's got a nice action to it as well, and so do the pushers for that matter. The watch is very comfortable. It's about 42.5 millimeters wide, I think around 14 millimeters thick. So it is sizable, but it is quite comfortable, especially on this bracelet. Now the bracelet is also simple. It's just sort of one link, but it's polished nicely. It's relatively thin, and I have to say that wearing it on the wrist is very, very comfortable. One of the interesting things with an asymmetric watch is that it can easily look off balance, and that's the challenge when coming up with a design. And what Dietrich did, which I think was really, really good for Lobner, is this side of the watch that's a little bit thicker, the right side with the crown and the pushers, is offset by the placement of the dial for the time on the left side. So it creates a balance even though it is asymmetric. And that's very, very hard to do. And I really, really appreciate that he was able to do that as elegantly as he did. The Lobner brand is, as a German brand, a little bit more focused on a history of precision tools and instruments and things like that. So it was an interesting merger of trying to have jewelry elements as well as remind you of timing instruments. And again, I think he did a very good job. This is the Lobner Steelracer Ice. The retail price is 13,800 euros, and you can see the full review on a blog to watch. Thanks.